once again, we're into Holy Week. We're preparing now for the death of Jesus Christ, to celebrate it, and His resurrection. Thursday is Monday, Thursday, and we have a lot of ceremonies on this week. We'll be having confessions tomorrow here. Well, that won't be on the web, of course. Wednesday, no, it's Wednesday tomorrow. Thursday, we have a Chrism Mass, which won't be on the web, because it won't be celebrated here. It'll be celebrated in Maribel. So then Saturday, Friday, I will be celebrating Mass here. Okay, I may be doing the Mass here, yes, Thursday night if I get back in time. I know more definite. I'm away to tomorrow night. I should have told you that we have a Cedar feast which I'm attending in Newry. It's a Paschal supper, similar, and it's very interesting to see it. Well, then we'll be, that's Wednesday. So Thursday, Chrism Mass. As far as you're concerned, on the web, it'll likely be on Thursday evening for second Mass, Holy Thursday, and then Lord's Supper Mass. Friday we'll have Good Friday service. I'm getting very dizzy, aren't I? And then of course Saturday, there's quite a lot on this Saturday, because we have to renew the baptismal vows, and we've a whole lot of things to do. We're going for christening. We don't do much parish work, so we leave that to the parishes. But we will christen somebody if they come to us. You never refuse. I just heard the good man in Rome. Some priest wouldn't christen some kid, and what he told him was, "Take them to me and I'll do it." Well, I do the same. But I must say the priests that we have around this area in the Roman Catholic Church are fairly good. In honesty to them, they're not biased like they might have been accused of maybe, say, 10 years ago or 7 years ago. Their outlook's good. They're showing mercy. And I think it's all around now, because an awful lot of people in broken relationships. So I think we should be, when we're trying to renew ourselves, basically we'll clean ourselves out to get into God's favour. So if you get out of God's favour, you're on the road to salvation. He gave us a chance to save us, but we don't want to be told at the gate, "You're a hypocrite," or something like that. So we have to keep working on it, doing alms and good works. So there's quite a lot on. There's the Cedar thing that's in Newry. It's Newry Diocese of Dromore is running that, actually, in the centre. They call it the Pastoral Centre, Parish Centre. A very nice little church there in the Webcam from Mass at 10:30, usually in the morning times. And they do a lot of the Venus and things in that church. There's good activity in Newry Cathedral. It's 15 miles from here. We've St Patrick's Church. It was at the cathedral for its immense parish too, but it's referred to St Patrick's Church down in Dock, where I had a cousin. Was actually to be married cousin, because my grandmother was Kieran, and Dean Kieran was in Dundalk, and he's buried on with the cathedral. He was Archbishop of Armagh. He lived in Forkhill, and he had no cathedral church. That's going way back to the 1860s, mid-60s there. He died. He was dean for years, this man, and he was a good man for doing development around the town. And he was at the scene of the instigation. He put the word in to get the council to get land for the Morris School, and he also built the parochial house, the current parochial house. Now, I don't like those big parochial houses. I just they're a wee country house. Like in Scotland there was lovely little houses, I don't think you should have a big house, and I wouldn't like to live in a flat 10 stories high. I'd rather live in an old house, you know. Just be preference. I think Christ didn't live in flats. I don't like flats anyway. So back to this week. There's the Cedar meal tomorrow night. I'm coming awake now. Mass tomorrow morning will be here, but that won't be televised. So I think if we put it on too much and the Stations of the Cross, then of course we'll be getting them in with the service for Friday. Haven't it fully organised, but it's all very well in the missile. It's the Chrism Mass is the big thing, and it's not that bad either. The toughest Mass round Easter for a lot of clergy, I reckon, is when you start the vigil and you have to renew the baptismal vows and you're baptising and you're doing all this, and there's quite a bit of work on it. If you preach, well, I didn't preach much on Thursday because I didn't feel there was need to preach much. I can preach, but you have to watch your timing with people. We live in a world now when people are more conscious of time, so I was just very conscious of that. So the thought for the day is the weekend services, more or less, and I'm thinking of them tomorrow. So there's a Cedar meal. That's open to people. If they ring up the parish office in Uri, they'll get to it. And there's a lot of things on. But then in other churches there'll be Cedar meals. Normally we used to go to Father Hamill's Cedar meal in the Dock. I wasn't at this 2 years. The Cedar meal in Uri will cost you 10 sterling or 15, and you'll have lamb. It'll be going through the whole ritual of a Jewish Passover. And remember, the Passover, that's what Christ said on that Holy Thursday when he instituted the Mass. He wouldn't have called it the Mass at that time, but I always say this is another story, but I'm not going to sidetrack on that one now. But that was the start of the Mass there, a very simple form, and you can see it all in the Bible if you read the various versions if you've a bit of time over the weekend. So I'm busy now tomorrow, that's Wednesday. So the Mass during the morning, then I the Chrism. Thursday's a very busy day too. But I don't seem to mind that. I get help, you see, early. I have a few bishops coming for that. 6 bishops will be here Thursday, so that'll be a job. Then they'll be rushing home to do their own Holy Thursday Mass of the Last Supper. So and of course the altars are stripped then after Mass, because we've a bare altar on Friday, and if I'm here in my yard, so I might even do it in front of a fire, the Passion. I don't know who's going to read, because the few that comes here to me, they're very, very shy and they don't want to be seen on cameras. It's very often that way, I suppose, two people, camera shy. I never forget, there's a gentleman here in Greenore, a great worker around the town, and he, this day I was wanting to give him a chance. The BBC rang me to say something about the village here, and I said yes, I'd have a man to go on round from. And I wanted him on fairly quick with the go, so oh, not at all, he couldn't speak. So I finished having to do it myself, but I don't always like doing these type of things. Well, I don't mind doing it, but I don't want to feel that I'm stealing the show on people. When there's other people you feel you're knocking out, you push them. But you see, I've done drama when I was very young. I was in drama classes, and it did help me then music training in bands. And when I started singing here with me masses here, and they said the radio not playing, I'd be keying wrong. I just got down, and you have to watch your keying and your high notes and your low notes, so to make it more sacred. So this past month I've been more conscientious what I do, because I was a church organist, pipe organist, but all I had to do was worry about playing the organ and hope I didn't play too many verses. I played at the Church of Ireland, which I'm happy to play for. A lovely pipe organ in Balmascannon, a small congregation, but it was a lovely pipe organ, a lovely church. Now the Roman Catholic Church in Grange is a nice church now. I didn't used to like it, but the way it's done out. Then of course Jenkinstown, we have a nice church. We had the renew for Lent, going over the Scripture. And I'm well used to going over Scripture, because I've been at it this years. And it's good when you mix with different religions. And I used to go to the Dundalk to like Oliver things and various things I went over, and it was very good in there now. Because Father Tom Hamill, he's very good. That he's a bit of touch of sciatica there, but he's a very good man, a top man. He was very good at that. You learn an awful lot by going with a man like Tom Hamill. He's way advanced. He's 75, but he's a man. He's years ahead of himself. So things I be doing, I be listening to Tom, and he's a great brain. He's not a man. He doesn't want hierarchy jobs or anything big at all. He's a simple man, and he's very bright. Don't get me wrong with the word simple, but he's very easy going. And if you have a mass for Tom, it's an hour and a half, but you don't find the time going on. So Padre Hamill, he's very, very good man. He's in Dundalk now. I just don't know what he's doing this Easter, because me with so much church stuff here, I get that busy, but I get tied up at the Newry one. And I do like Newry Cathedral. I like a lot of churches. You get to like a church. Like very different churches and that. Some churches you mightn't like, and might feel funny if some churches the polish is too dark and all that, but the modern way of course now is to have an altar in the middle of the crowd, of the people around you, at least three sides of you. And some churches nearly suits that. Queen's and Cooley now, it's very good the way it's laid out. The altar, it's very good for the Vatican too, But it's nice too if you have a crack at the Latin Mass, but you have to be on your toes when you're doing Latin Mass, because getting the pronunciations right all the time and getting everybody to benefit, genuflex do right, and you wear a maniple on your arm here, and I just see some of them, they just don't do it perfect. But years ago, everything would be done to a T. Because when I was brought up, we had a priest, a curate here beside me, and he was Dr. Callan, and he would be very finicky how he do things, and with a choir you'd have to pronounce words right. And he was a great priest. Then he was followed by Father O'Shea. Of course, the Mass changed over. When Dr. Callan was here, it was all Latin Mass. That was the norm before Vatican II. So I just don't know what year he left. He must have left about... Oh, he was... Father, I just can't tell you now. Father, I saw it was playing the organ in the Roman Catholic Church. Assistant organist about 60... I think 67 or 8, Dr. Callan left. Then Father Mahan came and changed the Mass. But people used to, during the Latin Mass, they wouldn't understand the Latin, but there was something a bit awe and this type of feeling when they'd begin on. It'd be lovely music. Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison. And you could sing it. As a matter of fact, there's a very good recording done of the Latin Mass. Canon Sidney McCune has done it. So you can be thinking of all this. It's an optional Mass. I personally do like the modern Mass. I must say everybody understands it. But Christ spoke Aramean anyhow. But if you could do the Latin Mass, it's grand. But there's not too many priests would have time to fit all in, because if a priest has 2 or 3 Masses to do on a Sunday, you have to get prepared, speak to people. You have to get moving quick. If you do any more than 2 Masses on a Sunday and put a lot into them, you have a lot of work done, because some people think you just jump out in the altar. No, you have to get ready and prepared what you're going to do. You maybe get quick enough if you're doing it, but like, it's stressful if somebody comes in and they want to talk to you about an anniversary or something, and naturally people think you're an automatic machine, but you can be an automatic machine if you're good at sermons and that, or acceptable, I should say, to the congregation you're speaking to. So that's it. So I'm just having a wee general yarn with just to let them know I'm an ordinary geezer like yourselves. Most people's ordinary. There might be a few suffers from narcissism, when these type of people that love to look at themselves. Like I like a dear vestments bought me, but I like wearing the simple vestments. I think it's very humble. And I prefer to me, shall I say, I don't bother with that, because since Vatican II that was all done away with. And it's only one thing I'm not anxiously using is terrible when I don't have help. The type of help I'd have here want to do that, or they won't do it right. And it can distract you. if you're lighting the turble and it's not done right. That's the only problem I have. I never mind playing a church organ and everything. I can do everything. Just I like it, and a wee bit of trumpet would be nice here and there and that. You know, things what you do in the hymn, and of course you have to think of the people that you're performing to. You're talking to ordinary people, and they try to keep it not tax a brain when you're speaking to people, like using big words to impress. No, I don't endeavour to substantiate what's happening at the moment, you know. Just try and be nice and plain to people and speak, and I think that's what a lot of people like. I down to earth, I sitting here, I don't bother with a habit on today, and I'd have it on some days, like I'm doing the bridge service, but you get the best ones on, so I'm just having a long thought for this weekend. Now, why I'm making it so long, I'm going to come over what I've said now. First of all, we're preparing for Easter. We'll be making sacrifices in Lent. You might have had collection boxes for various charities. Stoker is a popular one, but you can give direct to mission re-preached, and it's more valuable because there's an awful lot of overheads taken out of charities because they run like a business. Well, now you make sacrifices. Friday, by the way, is a fast day, so I'll start off with tomorrow. I'm going to this Seder meal tomorrow night, and that can take about 2 hours. It takes a while to get through all the rituals, so I haven't seen it done with the Newry men, but it can take quite a while to get through everything. And then you have different herbs and that, etc. It's very nice if you go to see it again. You start realising what a life's like when you're seeing something, what happens. And remember, there were Jewish people at that Last Supper, and there were breakaways, maybe you could say, from the Jewish system. Because there was a lot of you know, there wasn't much. It was more like a ritual in the Jewish system. We learned to understand from the scriptures, because Christ, when he scattered the tables, they were dealing in the corridors out the backs of synagogues, and that would have happened. With Catholic and yeah, but even in the Roman Catholic Church, you'll hear of a lot of people talking. Like when I was a young fella, yeah, I'm still a young fella. You stand outside, say the Bar Church, my local church here, and I used to like going to Carlingford in different parishes, but I liked those churches. And people would be standing having a crack on a Sunday, because in the 60s there wasn't that many cars around here. It was the end of the 60s into the 70s. A lot of people wouldn't have had cars maybe till well into the 70s. We used to go on a bus from this village here to the church. There was a bus, a CIE bus, on a Sunday. It was only a mile and a half, or about mile 0.6. So there was a bus, and it was reasonable to go on the bus. There wasn't many cars here when I was in my primary school. Certainly there wasn't. A handful of cars in the village, and at the church there would be a handful of cars too. So when cars get plentiful, people went to church. So I want to hold back on what we're saying, because I love yarning on for 20 minutes. So I'm going to say it all in 2 minutes now. I'm saying, right, you're in Holy Week, you're preparing for Lent, so we're cleaning ourselves out, getting right together, so we won't fall out with Christ, because we never know when the day will come, the hour we're called from this life. So it's no good when you're too late. So we want to do our best and try to serve people well, and love is the main thing. Not making love necessarily, it's to love people, unconditional love, to help people that's weaker than yourself, and you're not looking for anything back in this life. Well, we'll assume that you're all great, because you are very good. Most people are very good for helping people and doing various things. So remember, coming to Easter, the Feast of the Resurrection is the biggest feast in the church. So tomorrow, as I said, I'm going to a Seder meal. There'll be in some areas, there'll be a Seder meal around the world. Some had it earlier. Then the Chrism Mass is normally on the Holy Thursday. That's usually around 3, and then we'd have an evening Mass. It'll be here. So at the Chrism Mass, as I said, it'll be Maribel and me, and it's a wee bit of a journey away. So I hope to have it'll be recorded Mass then for the evening. I'll get me crew organised, and that would be maybe 7 o'clock or something. I'll try as quick as I can. A bit of a Sterling Mass. So then Good Friday, we have the Passion of our Lord, and The altars are stripped, you see, on the Thursday. We strip at the altars and that, and on Saturday then, of course, there's no Mass, you see, on a Friday. We can distribute Holy Communion, okay, but we don't consecrate or say Mass. It's a different, with the Passion. We give it out during the Passion. This is part of it. If you look in your Roman Missal, you'll see. So that's fair enough. And you get it on the internet too, the program. So Saturday, as I said, is the big night, the vigil. And a lot of priests would be loving that one because there's plenty of activity in it. If you have baptism and all, you have quite a lot of stuff to do, and that people coming to communion and all that, and confessions around Easter. They're all great for confessions, I'd say, around here. It's very good. And, people like to go out at Easter. People be home on holidays and meet their friends and go to the church. Then they go to pubs and they see their friends and they mix with the people. That's what it's about. It's about sharing. So church is getting to be one of the best places we'll see people now, because with the local post offices going in rural areas, the church is where you will see people, or go to some of the religious events, and so it's very good. So that's what Easter is about. See you there tomorrow night, Chrism Mass on Thursday. You have a cathedral in Armagh here where there'll be a Chrism Mass there too, with the Archbishop Eamon Martin. And then if you go, most all the priests have their own thing on. So then, as I said, we are having a Mass, and here it'll be on Thursday, and that of course is for the Lord's Supper. We strip the altars from Friday with the Passion, and Saturday night there's quite a lot of stuff, and there's no baptism here, but we bless holy water and all this type of thing, and I don't want to overcomplicate you. Take it bit by bit. And then Sunday, kids have Easter eggs to celebrate Easter, but you all want to think of it as Christ rose. He died in that cross for us on that Friday. He shed his blood for us, and we do it just in memory of him, and we believe we consecrate the real presence, and that's what I believe, and that's what we do. So on Saturday we will have a freshly consecrated host, naturally enough, because we're doing the Mass. Then Sunday there may be a Mass, but I won't be here. I won't be saying it here. I'll be doing it in another venue. So I'll be back on the air. When we get Easter over, we feel a lot of pressure off us, because there's quite a lot of work in it. But we hope to bring all the faithful closer to God, and it's not about wearing fancy mitres or caps or that. So we wish you all well, and I hope I haven't talked a hole in the pot. I've dragged it out. I could have said what I've said tonight in 5 minutes, but I've a lovely fire here, and it's nice saying hello to people. God bless you all now. Whole lot of you.